Pineapple, scientifically known as Ananas commusus, is a tropical fruit that is loved for its sweet and tangy flavor. Do you know what is agrivoltaic? Agrivoltaic, also known as solar sharing or solar farming, is an innovative approach that combines agricultural practices with solar energy production. It involves the coexistence of farming activities and solar panels on the same land, allowing for dual land use and multiple revenue streams. The implementation of agrivoltaic in pineapple production would require careful planning, including considerations for panel height and potential to ensure optimal sunlight penetration.
Next, let me tell you the history of agrivoltaic farming. Agrivoltaic farming was established in 1981 by Armin Zestro and Adolf Goidsbergeri. What was the aim of agrivoltaic farming? The aim of agrivoltaic farming was to maximize the utilization of the land. Other than that, the land was planned to use for both solar energy and plant cultivation to improve the overall production. When plants absorb photons from the light, it was called mutual benefit. Since the high rate of photons could not increase photosynthesis, Nagashima recommended the combination of farming and PV system so that the excess light will not go into waste. In 2004, the prototype of agrivoltaic was developed, and finally in 2011, it was first published as agrivoltaic. In other countries such as Italy, it was called agrivoltaics. Meanwhile, in Germany, we call agrophotovoltaics. And last one, in Asia, we call it solar sharing.
Next, do you know how to plant a pineapple? First, you need to choose a nice and ripe pineapple with perky green leaf. Remember, do not choose underripe or overripe pineapple. Next, cut the top of the pineapple, which is also called as crown, by using a sharp knife. Then, cut off any excess roots around the crown and remove some bottom leaf to help stems sprout roots once it is planted. After that, leave the crown to dry for a week by turning it upside down to prevent rotting. Next, put the pineapple crown in the water and wait for the roots to sprout out. Place it in a bright and indirect light place, which the temperature is between 18 degrees Celsius to 30 degrees Celsius. Remember to change the water every few days to prevent the mold from growing inside the water. Next, prepare a free draining soil with pH range between 5.5 to 6.0. The soil must be well drained and light in terms of the texture. Then you can put the crown into the soil once the roots are 7 cm long. Press the soil firmly around the base of the stem and water it thoroughly. You also can fertilize the pineapple plant about once a month by fertilizer with 10 to 10 to 10 ratio of nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium. Finally, you can wait for the flowers and the fruits to grow in 12 to 15 months, and usually the pineapple come to harvest during May until August under natural conditions.
Hey, have you ever wondered about the history of pineapple farming? It's such an interesting fruit with a unique history. Absolutely. Pineapples have a fascinating story. Did you know that they originated in South America, native to the region between Brazil and Paraguay? Pineapples were first cultivated by the indigenous people thousands of years ago. History of pineapple farming. During the voyage of Christopher Columbus in the late 15th century, he encountered pineapples in the Caribbean. Columbus and his crew brought them back to Europe, introducing the fruit to the rest of the world. Pineapple quickly gained popularity among European explorers and traders. I can imagine the excitement of Europeans encountering this exotic fruit for the first time, but how did pineapple farming develop over time? Pineapple cultivation faced some challenges initially due to its tropical nature. The fruit requires a warm climate, well-drained soil and a lot of rainfall. It wasn't until the 17th century that the Dutch successfully grew pineapples in greenhouses, allowing them to be cultivated outside of natural habitat. So, did the pineapple farming become more widespread after that? Yes, exactly. In the 18th century, as European colonial power expanded their territories, they established pineapple plantations in various tropical regions around the world. These plantations, particularly in the Caribbean, Hawaii, and Southeast Asia, become major centers for pineapple cultivation. Speaking of Hawaii, I've heard that pineapple played a significant role in the state history. Is that true? Absolutely. Pineapple farming became a thriving industry in Hawaii in the late 19th century. James Dole, an American entrepreneur, established the Hawaiian Pineapple Company, later known as Dole, and transformed the island of Oahu into the Pineapple Island. The industry grew rapidly and Hawaii became synonymous with pineapples. That's impressive. Pineapple farming must have had a significant impact on the local economy and communities. Indeed, pineapple farming brought about economic prosperity to many regions. It created job opportunities for local communities and boosted trade and exports. However, it's worth noting that pineapple farming also had its challenges, including the intensive labor required for harvesting and the environmental impact of large-scale cultivations. It's interesting how pineapple went from being a rare and exotic fruit to becoming widely available in grocery stores around the world today. Absolutely. With advancement in transportation and agricultural practice, pineapple are now grown in various tropical and subtropical regions globally. Countries like Thailand and the Philippines and Costa Rica have become major pineapple exporters. Today, pineapple are enjoyed by people from all corners of the world. It's amazing how the history of pineapple farming mirrors the expansion of global trade and exploration. I'll never look back at a pineapple the same way again. Definitely. It's always fascinating to explore the stories behind the food we enjoy. Pineapple farming has a rich and diverse history that adds another layer of appreciation to these delicious fruits.
Hello, did the agrivoltaic pineapple really exist? Yes, you can go to visit solar farm to see the pineapple and other type of crops as well. It is the farm that use the land for agricultural activities and also solar photovoltaic. So at there, you can see how the agrivoltaic pineapple is planted. Oh, wow! So let's go there together. I am so excited. Let's go. I want to go too. Me too. So the fruits go together to the solar farm. This is the pineapple plantation at the solar farm. This is the pineapple plantation at the solar farm. This is the pineapple. Okay, so this is one of the example of agrivoltaic pineapple. And this is the example of agrivoltaic pineapple in Italy.
Despite numerous advantages, implementing solar power into agriculture still requires a lot of thought. For example, solar technology is very expensive to purchase and install, especially within farmlands where conditions are much harsher due to the presence of pests and weather conditions, on top of being exposed to heavy farm machinery because these are always placed at ground level. It is also important to note that even though pineapples can produce fruit when grown under shade, they are most efficiently grown when they are planted under full sunlight, which means you cannot utilize the entirety of farmland with horizontal panels covering all of the pineapples, and you will have to install them in the vertical orientations shown in these pictures or the gaps in between.
In conclusion, while the concept of agrivoltaic in pineapple production is not yet widely adopted or extensively researched, it presents an exciting avenue for sustainable and resource-efficient farming practices. Further studies and practical applications will help determine the viability and potential benefits of agrivoltaics in pineapple farming.